And if you were watching the news over the weekend, then you saw this all develop. These fires exploded out of nowhere. They continue to do that tonight, and we continue to watch a disaster unfold in Southern California. With more tonight, my colleague Lester Holt. He's in Malibu, north of L.A. Lester, good evening to you.
Brian, good evening. Those hot, dry Santa Ana winds are a rite of fall here in Southern California, and they usually do usher in fire season. Yet all the preparations of fire officials leave them tonight still overwhelmed by all of what is happening on so many fronts. Firefighters call it a siege. So many fires in such a short time. Within 28 hours of the first report of fire in Malibu early Sunday morning, 12 other separate blazes had broken out across Southern California. State Fire Battalion Chief Steve Shaw and his crew haven't stopped since.
When a siege like this starts, we know that we're going to be in for a long time.
The main culprit, the Santa Ana winds, with gusts reaching more than 70 miles an hour, blowing fiercely through canyons and passes and out to the ocean.
Strong winds, very low humidity, have high temperatures, and we have fire. That is the recipe that we're seeing right now of a very dynamic and devastating fire.
Today, as they were blasted by the winds on a ridgeline above Malibu, firefighters could plainly see the worst was not behind them.
The temperatures are coming up, the humidity's still coming down, wind speeds are increasing. So
Perfect storm.
Pretty much.
As early as Wednesday, forecasters were sounding the alarm that the conditions were ripe for Santa Ana winds, and immediately firefighters across the state began to mobilize. But few expected it to be this bad. An additional factor, drought. The Los Angeles area has only received about 3 inches of rain so far this year. Normally, it receives 12. This frenzy of fires may only be the beginning. A dry weather pattern called La Nina, which surfaces every few years, is now making its comeback, bringing ominous forecasts along with it.
And with the La Nina forecast, which means a dry winter, unfortunately, what we're seeing this week might be a preview of coming attractions.
The smoke making for a gorgeous sunset over Malibu tonight, but the fire generating that smoke, officials say it could burn, Brian, for another 2 to 3 days.
All right, Lester Holt, some windy conditions tonight in Malibu. Lester, thanks.